Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shreveport, Louisiana, and the beautiful campus of Centenary College of Louisiana here on this very chilly afternoon. Thankfully, we're inside the Gold Dome on Centenary's campus for this Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference matchup between the visiting University of Dallas Crusaders and the Centenary College Gentlemen. Should be an offensive fireworks show tonight and this afternoon as two of the top scorers in the SCAC will clash tonight. For the Dallas Crusaders, they are coming off a huge win last night on the road as the Crusaders upset number one St. Thomas, the second leading team in the conference, St. Thomas, by a count of 86-85. A big upset there for the Centenary College Gents. Well, they after winning 4 straight, the Gents have dropped 3 straight and will look to change things here this afternoon as they match up against the Dallas Crusaders. Last night, Centenary losing 70-59 to Austin College. Looking at the SCAC standings right now, Trinity sitting atop the standings with a 17-1 overall record, but more importantly, they are 8-1 and sit atop the conference. And followed by St. Thomas, mentioned just a second ago that St. Thomas was defeated and upset last night by Dallas, 86-85. That drops them out of first place, and in the second with a 7-2 record. St. Thomas at 15-3 overall. Then Schreiner is sitting in the third spot with an 11-7 overall record, 6-3 in conference. And after the top 3, it's kind of a log jam. You got Colorado College at 4-4, Centenary at 4-5, Austin College at 4-5, Dallas at 4-5 as well. And then bringing up the bottom is Texas Lutheran at 2-6, Southwestern at 0-8. Centenary overall is 9-9. Dallas 7-10 is the Crusaders' overall record. So expecting a good basketball game here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Dallas Crusaders, led by senior forward Jack Boyle out of Silver Spring, Maryland. 6'5", 210-pound senior forward. He is averaging 17.5 points per game. And at the other forward spot will be Marcus Juarez, a 6'5", 215-pound senior out of Clint, Texas. At the 3-guard rotation will be number 1, Johnny Olmstead, a 6'3", 175-pound sophomore out of Pelospo, Washington. Number 5, Zach Olmstead, who is a 6 foot, 180-pound guard also out of Pelospo, Washington. And a sophomore, 6'3", 170-pound guard, number 14, Jamal Leftwich out of Pearland, Texas. And the Crusaders head coached by Matt Braun. And so that's a look at the Dallas Crusaders, again with a 4-5 conference record, 7-10 overall. For the Centenary College Gents, who come in with a 9-9 even record, 4-5 in conference play. Centenary will go with another one of the top scorers in the SCAC, and that is 6'5" senior forward out of Kilgore, Texas, number 2, Seth Thomas, one of the best players in the SCAC. At the other forward spot will be 6'4" forward, junior forward, number 22, Jacob Greenleaf out of Houston, Texas. And then a guard rotation, number 0, Craig Collier, a 6'1" junior out of North Little Rock, Arkansas. A 6-foot freshman guard out of Katy, Texas is number 4, Quentin Beverly. And rounding out the Gent lineup will be a 6'4" senior guard out of Athens, Georgia, number 10, Jalen Bear. And so we'll pause just a second. Our referees, we'll get to the referees in just a second as the Centenary College Choir will perform this afternoon's national anthem. Star Spangled Banner sung by the Centenary College Choir. And so just seconds away from tip-off here this afternoon between the Dallas Crusaders and the Centenary Gents. Our officiating crew for this afternoon's contest, the head referee, Wesley Jones, and he'll be assisted by Jacob Oxley and Joshua Easterlin, as the Crusaders are being introduced to the crowd here at the Gold Dome. Dallas in their road white uniforms with navy and gray piping and navy numerals. And looks like the Centenary Gents will be in pretty much all black this afternoon. Black pants with gray trim and gray black tops with gray piping. And Centenary in recent years has gone to using the Catahoula cur as a mascot, and Gents with maroon numerals with Centenary across the front. As they're being introduced tonight, of course, the Gents coached by Chris Dorsey. He's assisted by Dominic Persia and Eddie Hamilton. So, expecting a really tight matchup tonight as, again, Centenary trying to stop a 3-game losing skid. Centenary averaging 74.5 points per game, while the Crusaders of Dallas are averaging 77.3 points per game, but are giving up 78. Centenary giving up 73. So these two teams, on paper at least, very evenly matched, and so we're expecting a exciting contest here this afternoon as we're just about ready to tip things off here a little after 4 p.m. local time. And as Wesley Jones grabs the basketball, it looks like it'll be Jack Boyle jumping for the Crusaders, and for the Gents, it'll be Jacob Greenleaf. So ready to go here on back-to-back days of SCAC action, and the tip goes the way of the Crusaders. Point, Zach Olmstead. He runs into a little trouble along the timeline, was able to escape it. Three ball from the corners off the back iron, been taken down by Seth Thomas. Thomas up at the top of the key. Kicks it in the corner. Cross-court pass. Firing up a three of their own as the Centenary Gents, and knocking it down for Centenary was Quentin Beverly with the first points of the afternoon, giving Centenary the 3-0 lead. Here's a kick ball, and as the Gents come out, a little bit of a, looks like a 2-3 matchup zone. It'll be Dallas basketball on the inbounds. Boyle to Olmstead. Now, again, Centenary kind of switching off back to that 2-3. A three ball from Olmstead, and he ties the game. So Olmstead for the Crusaders ties it early. Dallas in a 2-3 matchup of their own. Centenary trying to find a little bit of an opening. And there's their big play man, Thomas. Another three ball off the iron, too strong. A really strong offensive rebound by Greenleaf. Baseline jumper off the side of the backboard by Collier. Dallas basketball the other way. 3-3 here in the early going. Boyle tried to slip a pass inside to Olmstead. Nothing doing. Centenary takes it away. Here's Thomas from the free throw line. Too strong. And Boyle there with the rebound. Olmstead able to give it out to his brother, and that shot off the top of the iron, taken down by the Gents. Gents averaging pretty strong on the boards. Here's a deep three again. It's Quentin Beverly who knocks it down and gives Centenary the 6-3 lead. The only points, a whistle, and looks like going to get no basket. It's going to be an offensive foul on Jack Boyle. And nice job defensively there by Greenleaf of taking the charge, making sure he was outside the arc. And it is Centenary basketball. And there's another three ball. This one too strong, taken down by Marcus Juarez of Dallas. And three from the corner by Johnny Olmstead. Johnny and Zach Olmstead from the great state of Washington, playing for Dallas. Another three ball by Beverly, and he's hit two, missed two, but another offensive rebound for Centenary. Centenary firing up the threes and rattling one home was Jalen Bear. Centenary up to a 6-point lead, 9-3. Three from the right corner, no good. Nice job on the offensive boards. Driving right down the lane and laying it up, no good. But a tip in for Jamel. Actually, they're going to say Jack Boyle with the tip in, and we have a whistle. And looks like it'll be an offensive foul on Centenary. Jacob Greenleaf, his first personal. Both teams with one foul, both offensive fouls, both charging fouls. 16 minutes remaining here in this opening half of basketball from the Gold Dome, a doubleheader. Dallas Crusaders men and women against the Centenary Gents and ladies. Boyle fumbles it out of bounds and turns the basketball over to Centenary. The timeout on the floor, 15:52 remaining, Centenary 9, Dallas 5. We'll take a break. Be back with more SCAC basketball in just a moment. Welcome back to the Centenary College Gold Dome. Charlie Cavell bringing you the play-by-play this afternoon between Centenary and Dallas, the University of Dallas. After the timeout, Centenary basketball with the Gents leading 9-5. Dallas back into that 2-3 zone. Here's a 10-foot jumper by Greenleaf, and the Gents with their back to their biggest lead of 6. Again, Centenary down low, give and go, and Boyle handed it off to Juarez, too strong off the glass. Centenary doing a really good job here in this opening frame, both on the offensive and defensive boards. Here's a long three, well off the mark. Collier not finding it there, maybe a little impatient, and Juarez with the rebound. So Dallas with a chance to cut into the Centenary lead. Boyle been a little quiet so far this afternoon, averaging 17. Here's a three, no good. Put back attempt, no good. That was Leftwich, who got kind of hung up in the air. Here's a jumper by Collier, who found the mark on that 10-footer. And Centenary with its biggest lead of the ball game, 13-5 here in the early going. Here's Boyle inside, runs over man, too strong, but there for the putback was Jamal Leftwich. 13-7, back to a 6-point Centenary lead. Thomas and Boyle, two of the leading scorers in the conference, combined 2 points, both by Boyle. Here's a 18-foot jumper and knocked down, back to the 8-point lead, and that time it was Quentin Beverly. Centenary was shooting the ball well here in the early going, coming into tonight's game, only shooting 40% from the field. There's a long three, and in draining it was Jamal Leftwich. So 15-10 in the lane is Greenleaf, nowhere to go. Here's an open man in the corner, three off the mark, long tip out, and right into us. Oh, man. And we've got timeout in the ball game. Timeout in the game with, well, never mind. It's actually a 15-10 Centenary lead. A long three by Collier, and it is good. (18-10) our score. We have a whistle away from the away from the action. Foul on the shot committed by, I think he said it was by Quentin Beverly, and at the line, and the iron unkind to Jamal Leftwich. And so here's the second free throw. It is good. There's a three fouled on the three-point attempt. And the third free throw on its way and good. And so 18-12 our score now, back to a 6-point Centenary lead. Just under 13 minutes. Kicking it out in the corner, in and out, tough break. But again, Centenary with good job and good work on the offensive boards. A long three again, and Centenary on fire from the outside. Collier knocks down his second straight three. And it's now a 21-12 ball game. The Gents with another, with their biggest lead of the game so far. Juarez out on the wing, fires it up, no good. Centenary doing a tremendous job on the rebounding department. On the glass for the Gents. And Centenary, as of now, on a bit of a run. Greenleaf with his second field goal of the afternoon. He's got four. A long three ball by Kelton Coleman in the game from Saginaw, Texas. And on the outlet pass, we have a whistle and a foul, which will be on the aforementioned Kelton Coleman. And so we have timeout in the ball game. 11:33 remaining here in the first half. Centenary 23, Dallas 12. We'll be back with more Centenary and Dallas SCAC action here in just a moment. Welcome back to the Gold Dome as try to clean up after a loose ball. Sent drinks and water, everything a-flying. And so 23-12, another three for the Gents. No good, but there they are on the offensive glass. Once again, Takeem Singleton in the game for Centenary. Gets in on the rebounding action for the Gents. Wide open three look off the front iron, no good. And there's Boyle for the Crusaders with the rebound. 23-12, just under 11 minutes remaining in this first half of play. SCAC action, both teams in action last night. Dallas with the big win on the road, and a blocking foul called on Centenary. And it is whistled on Quentin Beverly. And that is his first foul and the third team foul on Centenary. It was a fine defensive play made on the tip ball, and then stealing it away was Seth Thomas. Inside to Greenleaf, down low, and he brings it back out. There's a firing up a three off the mark and putting it up and in. On the rebound on the offensive glass was Greenleaf off the Collier miss. What happened to my chair? Here's a three from the corner, and it is good. Thomas Fleming knocking it home. 25-12. (25-15) rather. Centenary with a 10-point lead. It's the largest of the game. Thomas with a three off the front iron. Dallas trying to run a little bit. Kicking it into the corner to Fleming, and there he is. Nice outlet pass by Boyle. Kicked it out to him, and he did the work. Back-to-back threes for Thomas Fleming, and he makes it a 7-point deficit for Dallas. But answering right back was Craig Collier with a three of his own, and that is Collier's 11th point of this first half. He's already reached double digits. Another defensive steal for the Gents and a timeout called by Centenary. It was Thomas knocking it away, Collier pouncing on it, and alertly calling timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. After the 30-second timeout on the back-to-back great defensive steals for the Gents. Their basketball, and Collier with the hot hand drills another three for Centenary. And it's 31-18, Centenary with its biggest lead of the game. The Gents have been smothering defensively here so far. Juarez thought about firing the three. Now he gets it inside, a little give and go, trying to find an opening man, but that Centenary defensive pressure's been relentless. Here's an errant pass, stolen away. Easy layup for the Gents, Quentin Beverly. And it's 33-15, a 15-point lead for Centenary. Long three attempt by Aaron Pizzana. And both teams not afraid to fire up the three ball today. Here's a ball thrown away, trying to get it inside down the Greenleaf, and it could not get a handle on it. We have a media timeout with 7:42 remaining in the first half. It's Centenary 33, Dallas 21. We'll be back with more SCAC basketball in just a moment. 33-21 our score. Centenary leading the University of Dallas here in this January 20th afternoon from the Gold Dome on the campus of Centenary College of Louisiana. 14 on the shot clock. Boyle picks up the loose ball, puts it off too strong off the backboard. And Centenary doing an outstanding job on the glass. So the Gents just doing an outstanding job on the glass, out rebounding Dallas 14-10. Here's a three, a long three, well off the mark by Olmstead, Zach Olmstead. Centenary there with the defensive boards. And a traveling violation as Collier just could not find someone to get the basketball to, and he'll take a seat. Into the game for Centenary will be Gerald Mirage, freshman from Irving, Texas. Johnny Olmstead inside to Jack Boyle. And a whistle. And a foul on Centenary's Quentin Beverly. Will send Boyle to the line to shoot two. That's Beverly's second personal. The fourth team foul. First free throw off the front iron, no good. Boyle, as I mentioned earlier, one of the leading scorers in the conference, averaging 17.5 points per game. And misses them both. He is not a very good free throw shooter, only 45%, and it shows. It's a little surprising for a guy averaging 17.5 points per game. Centenary firing up threes at will, but this time stepping inside the arc and knocking it down is Quentin Beverly. Beverly with 12 here in the first half. Inside Boyle. He goes up strong with the right hand. Goes up strong with the right hand and lays it in. Boyle now with 4. Centenary hoping to keep him under that 17.5 point average. Greenleaf with the reverse layup. Gets it through a couple of Crusaders and rattles it home, and it's 37-23, back to the biggest lead for Centenary at 14. Johnny Olmstead down low, kicking it out for a three-point attempt by Pizzana, and off the mark. And there's Centenary again doing a just yeoman's work on the offensive and defensive glass. Thomas inside to Greenleaf, powers it up. Shot is blocked by Boyle. Rebound by Juarez. Johnny Olmstead gets it to Boyle. Bounces it around. Boyle inside, easy layup. Nice little give and go from Pizzana to Boyle. And it's a 37-25 lead. 32nd timeout called by Centenary. We'll take it as well. 4:42 remaining here in the first half. The Gents with a 12-point lead when we come back. Welcome back to the Gold Dome. Charlie Cavell bringing you the action of this afternoon's doubleheader. First game of this doubleheader, the men's game between the Gents and the Crusaders. Update from the AFC playoffs. Baltimore 10, Houston 3 with 9:10 remaining in the first half there. Here's Greenleaf inside, but kicked it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Fall away jumper from the free throw line was off the mark by Mirage. Dallas firing it up, a lot of long range minutes, and that went off the mark too, and a whistle as Jack Boyle over the back of Jalen Bear, and he is whistled for the foul, his second, third team foul on the Crusaders. Approaching 4 minutes remaining here in this quickly played first half. Centenary with a 12-point advantage. Greenleaf tried to get it down low, and it was kicked around and stolen away by Boyle. Boyle trying to get down to his low post position. Now comes to the juncture. Trying to get it to him, but Centenary's defense thus far has been great. Here's an opening, trying to go with the opposite hand. The left hand was Juarez, and it was off the mark. And a tie ball. The possession arrow is pointing towards the Centenary College gentlemen. We have a media timeout with 3:32 remaining in this first half. Centenary 35, Dallas 20. Centenary 37, Dallas 25. We'll be back with more SCACA back. Welcome back to the Gold Dome. After the timeout, it'll be Centenary basketball with the 12-point lead. Coming into today's game, the Gents only had 2 players averaging in double figures so far through 17 minutes, nearly 17 minutes. Centenary has 3 players in double digits, and we have an offensive foul as Greenleaf kind of hooked around, wrapped that arm around to get around TJ Williams, who's in the game, replacing Boyle. A couple of new Crusaders into the game. Jamal Leftwich back in the game for Dallas, along with the Olmstead brothers and Marcus Juarez. Here's Johnny Olmstead. Over to Leftwich at the juncture and stolen away by Centenary. Collier quickly into the front court. Beautiful layup after the steal. The transition points. Layup by A.J. Hall. His first points of the ball game for Centenary. Back to a 14-point Gent lead. And Leftwich turns it over. Took the pass from Juarez, but standing on the line says Joshua Easterling. And so another turnover for the Crusaders. That is their 8th turnover of this first half. A long 3-point attempt, and on the mark is Quentin Beverly. And Beverly now has 12 in the game, and that gives Centenary 4 players in double digits here in the first half. Came in, as I mentioned just a moment ago, with only 2 players averaging in double figures. Oh, there's a whistle on the layup attempt by Terrence Bryant. Was knocked away, but Easterling calls Hall for the slap on the wrist, and that'll send Bryant to the free throw line. Terrence Bryant, a senior, averaging just 1.3 points per game. He knocks down the free throw. That is only his second free throw attempt of the year. And the second free throw, third on the year, is also good. He remains perfect on the season. 42-27 our score. And Gents turn it over. Trying to do a little too much was Bear. Missed that one, but there's Bryant for the putback. So Bryant comes into the game and quickly has doubled his output of the season. Long three by Collier, and he's dead on the mark. 15 in the first half for Collier. Now 5 of 8 from beyond the three-point arc. Centenary shooting lights out here in the first half. Juarez with a three-point attempt. Gets the shooter's roll. And it falls through after hitting the side of the iron. Falls through for the three. Driving the baseline, laying it up and in is A.J. Hall. A.J. Hall was the only other Gent in double figures outside of Seth Thomas, averaging just under 11 points a game. Johnny Olmstead to Juarez. Three-point attempt in and out by Fleming, who after hitting his first two has missed his last three. 47-32, 35 seconds on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock. In the corner, open for three, off the iron, too short by Bear, and the game clock is off, or rather shot clock is off. Juarez with a quick three off the mark, rebounded by Centenary's A.J. Hall, and the Gents will hold it for a last shot attempt. It says Chris Dorsey, 3, 2, 1, fall away jumper off the mark, and that is the end of the first half of play with Centenary 47, the University of Dallas 32, 15-point Centenary lead, their biggest of this first half. We'll take a break and come back in a little bit with some statistics and our second half of play. Back to the Centenary College Gold Dome. We're at halftime of the men's action, the first of the doubleheader this afternoon. Centenary up by 15 here at halftime, 47-32 over the Dallas Crusaders. Before we take a look at some halftime statistics, let me remind you that Centenary will host the 2024 SCAC tournament February 23rd through 25th right here at the Gold Dome. Top 6 teams in the standings on both the men's and women's side at the conclusion will qualify for the postseason tournament, the conference tournament. And as of right now in men's action, Trinity's leading St. Thomas in second at 7-2, Trinity 8-1. Schreiner at 6-3, and then I mentioned in the pregame it's a log jam. Colorado at 4-4, Centenary at 4-5, Austin College at 4-5, and Dallas at 4-5. So a lot of basketball still to play, but those remaining 3 seeds, the 4, 5, and 6, up for grabs. We'll look at our halftime statistics comparison. Mentioned Centenary leading 47-32. The Gents have been on fire from the outside, shooting 54.3% to Dallas's just 37.9. Centenary have been very good defensively as well. Very smothering defense for the Gents here in this first half of play. But here's the big stat, 3-point percentage. Centenary is 9 of 21 for 42%, nearly 43%, which is outstanding. For Dallas, a respectable 6 of 17 for 35%. Not bad at all, but Centenary, as I mentioned in the first half, Gents came into today shooting just 40, almost 41%, just under 41% field goal percentage-wise. 3-point percentage-wise, the Gents shooting just 31%. So well above their season averages for the Centenary Gents. Turnovers, the Crusaders of Dallas with 8 turnovers, the Centenary 6. And there's another big stat to go along with the field goal percentage. Points off of turnovers. Centenary 14 points. I mentioned that smothering defense that Centenary's employed through the first 20 minutes. Only 2 points off of turnovers for the Dallas Crusaders. Rebounds, the Centenary has just dominated the glass, out-rebounding Dallas 21-14 through the first half. In fact, the Gents have 6 offensive boards and have done a really good job in second chance points. In fact, Centenary with 11 second chance points. Dallas with 6 second chance points, but just a really complete performance for Coach Chris Dorsey's crew here in the first half of play, and it's the reason why they lead by 15. Centenary leading scorer in the first half, Jalen Bear with 16, but Craig Collier, who knocked down 5 3-pointers in the first half, has 15 points. Jacob Greenleaf with 14, Quentin Beverly with 12, and Seth Thomas, the Gents' leading scorer, has just 11. And I say just 11 because there were only 2 Gents coming into today's game who were averaging in double figures, and here it is. They have 5 players in double figures in the first half of this basketball game. Just goes to show you how dominant Centenary College has been through the first 20 minutes. Leading scorer for Dallas, nobody in double figures. Jamal Leftwich has 7 points off the bench. Well, I say off the bench. He actually did start the game, but sat down for a while and then came back on and put in 7. Jack Boyle, the Crusaders' leading scorer, with 6 points in the game. And that's pretty much about it for the Crusaders. Thomas Fleming had 2 3-pointers for 6 points. Everybody else under 4. So we begin the second half of play. It'll be Dallas Crusader basketball to start. Zach Olmstead to his brother Johnny Olmstead. Olmstead, Leftwich, down low to Boyle. They're ringing around from baseline jumper, no good. And let's see who they say last touched by Johnny Olmstead. It'll be Centenary basketball. Update from the AFC playoffs. All knotted at 10 with just under a minute and a half remaining in Baltimore between the Ravens and the Texans. The Texans on the drive, though. That shot was off the mark and out of bounds. A team rebound. So both teams a little off the mark, so to speak, to start the second half of play. A kick out by Boyle, and he finds Leftwich, who buries the 3. It's 47-35, a 12-point Centenary lead. In the paint, Greenleaf. There's Thomas down low, working on Juarez. Powers it up and in, and is fouled. Shows you the strength of Seth Thomas, the senior forward out of Kilgore, Texas. The foul on Juarez. That is his first team foul. And Thomas will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. A 77% free throw shooter, and he does just that. Completes the three-point play. Back up to a 15-point Centenary lead. Gents with a little bit of pressure, bringing the ball up the court was Dallas. Trying to work it around. Leftwich will fire away, and he knocks it down. So Jamal Leftwich out of Pearland, Texas, a sophomore guard, has all 6 of the Dallas points to start this second half of play. 3 off the mark by Collier. Dallas Leftwich with the rebound. The Olmstead brothers working around into the right corner. Ball knocked away as they tried to get it inside to Boyle. Thomas, outlet pass to Collier. Tough 3, no good. Boyle was there with the rebound to Olmstead, and a kick basketball. Into the game for Centenary will be Tykeen Singleton, the senior guard out of Fort Worth, Texas. 25 on the shot clock. Olmstead, Johnny to Boyle, working on a guard. Laid it up, was off the mark, but got his own tip in by Jack Boyle, senior out of Silver Spring, Maryland. Stands 6'5" and was working on the much smaller 6' Quentin Beverly. 3 was off the mark, but there's Greenleaf with the rebound. Powers it up. Just took it away from Juarez, who had a notion of trying for the tie basketball, but Greenleaf just ripped it away and then put it up and in. 52-40. Olmstead over to Leftwich. Now to his brother. And Johnny will fire up a 3. It's off the front iron. And a whistle as the rebound is made by Boyle, but he went right over the back of Jacob Greenleaf. That is his 3rd personal, the 2nd team foul. Much to the dismay of head coach Matt Braun. It's a 3 quick fouls on Boyle. Here's a runner that's off the iron and out of bounds as Collier tried to get the runner down the left side of the lane, just outside the lane, but a team rebound. The Gents will pick up with full court pressure. Now they kind of back into the front court as the Crusaders were able to get it across. At the juncture, Johnny Olmstead to Boyle and a whistle on the shot. Fouls on Greg Collier, his first personal, first team on Centenary here in the second half, but Jack Boyle will go to the line to shoot 2, and that's a place where he's not been very good, but does knock down the first one. He missed his first 2 attempts of the evening, but on the season, he's just a 45% free throw shooter. Second free throw is too strong, and we have a whistle and a lane violation on Dallas, and it'll be Centenary basketball. And Boyle knew it right away, as when he fired it up, it was too strong, and he was whistled for the violation. Crossed the line before the ball hit the back of the rim. Working inside is Thomas. He's with a scoop shot. Didn't get it to go, but did draw the foul. And that is a big foul there. It is on Jack Boyle. That is his 4th personal foul. And we still have over 16 minutes remaining in this ball game, and the leading scorer for the Crusaders has picked up his 4th personal. Thomas spins it away and drops through the bottom of the net. Thomas, again, the 78% free throw shooter. Deep knee bend, sends it on its way, and nothing but net. 5 points in the ball game for Thomas. It's 54-41 Centenary. Maintained a double-digit lead throughout most of this ball game. Johnny Olmstead, as the Crusaders working around in the corner. Fleming's off the mark with his 3 from the corner. Good, strong rebound. He'll put up another 3. No good. Battle for the rebound. It's tipped away, and Fleming gets it. Johnny Olmstead driving down the baseline. It was Kelton Coleman, and pass was a bit strong, but there's a reason, because there's a foul whistled on Centenary's Craig Collier, and that is his 2nd personal and 2nd team foul, and we have timeout on the court. 15:41 left to play. Centenary leading Dallas 54-41. We'll be back with more SCAC basketball here in just a moment. After the timeout, Dallas's Leftwich, Jamal Leftwich at the line shooting 2, knocks down the first free throw. And he'll get the second one. Spins the basketball, puts it on its way, and it's good. 54-43 with 15:39 remaining. Centenary's cooled off a little bit field goal percentage-wise. Here's Leftwich driving the lane. Looked like he got hacked, but no call. As it looked like T.J. Williams had got a bit of the arm, but no call. Three-pointer from the deep right corner by Leftwich. Another offensive rebound. And we have a major collision between Leftwich and Greenleaf down low. And a offensive foul whistled on Jamal Leftwich. That's his first personal, the fourth team foul for Dallas here in the second half. Back to the more of a 1-3-1 look by Dallas there as Thomas tried to drive the lane and was hacked on the wrist. Kelton Coleman, the guilty party. And that'll send Thomas to the line to shoot 2, where he's been pretty darn salty so far. He's now 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, and that is his 6th point of the evening. Again, coming in, averaging 17.5, and he gets the second one to go as well. And Thomas now with 7 in the ball game. 56-43. Biggest lead for Centenary has been 15. It's now at 13. Johnny Olmstead picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Really good defense again by Centenary. Forces the long 3 by Coleman, and he buries it. Well, now a 10-point Centenary lead. It's 15 at the break. 3 attempt by Collier is off the front iron, and the Gents, which had done a great job in the first half on the offensive glass, have not done so through the first 6 minutes here in the second half. Driving down the left side of the lane, putting up the offhanded shot was Coleman. Battle for the rebound was taken down by Singleton, and he calls timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. And so 56-46 gives me a chance to remind you that the SCAC postseason tournament, both men's and women's, will be held right here in Shreveport at the Gold Dome on February 23rd through the 25th. The top 6 teams in the standings will qualify for the postseason tournament. And on the men's side, right now, Trinity, St. Thomas, and Schreiner are the top 3. And then Colorado, Centenary, Austin, and Dallas battling it out for the bottom 3. On the women's side, let's see, on the women's side, Trinity with an 8-1 record, Colorado at 7-1, Texas Lutheran at 6-2, Schreiner at 5-4, and Dallas at 4-5. Centenary bringing up the bottom at 0-9. Have a lot of work if the ladies were going to try to qualify for the postseason tournament. After the 30-second timeout, it'll be Centenary basketball in the back court, and they'll have to bring it into the front court. Collier Thomas started to heat up a little bit. Another three attempt, and there's Greenleaf with the putback. Another second chance point by Jacob Greenleaf, as the Beverly three-point attempt was no good. And that's 12 in the ball game for Greenleaf. Fleming from the right corner, well off the mark. Loose ball picked up. Gents on the break. Here's Thomas, drives, he shoots, and they're going to say offensive foul. Offensive foul on Seth Thomas, as much to the dismay of Chris Dorsey, the Gents head coach, did not agree with the call. Wesley Jones with the call. It's the second personal on Seth Thomas. Third team foul on Centenary. The turnover goes to Dallas. Crusaders trailing by 12. As haven't had it under double digits, under 10 in quite a while. Down low pass, and attempt made was no good by Bryant, but the Crusaders able to track down the loose ball rebound. Coleman off the mark. Ball saved inbounds by Leftwich. Coleman drives the lane, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Greenleaf with the defensive board. And we have a whistle as Thomas tried to force one into Greenleaf, and Centenary fortunate there. Dallas thought they may have had a turnover, but the foul called on Terrence Bryant. And here's a three-point attempt off the inbounds pass, and it's buried by Quentin Beverly. Beverly with 18, leading scorer in the game for the Centenary Gents. 61-46, back to a 15-point Centenary lead. Defense, shot clock under 10. A long three-point attempt by Fleming, and the Gents with the defensive board. Greenleaf can drive down the lane, has it knocked away by Leftwich and into the hands of Fleming. So the steal on the defensive end for Dallas. Zach Olmstead, his brother Johnny Olmstead on the bench right now. Gents with a steal of their own. They've been good on that defensive end, especially getting points off of turnovers. Wide open three, but off balance, looking like he slipped when he shot the basketball. Was Bear, and it's no good. 11 minutes, 7 seconds as the pass goes out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover, and the basketball will be to the Centenary Gents after and when we come back from this timeout. 61-46 our score with 11:06 remaining. Back in just a minute, watching Centenary basketball against the University of Dallas. Back to action. It'll be Centenary basketball. Gents up by 15 once again. Centenary was the three-point attempt, and remaining unconscious is Quentin Beverly, who now has 21 points in the ball game. Game's leading scorer, Centenary. I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong column on the stat sheet. Centenary has 3 players in double digits. Three-point attempt was knocked down by Zach Olmstead, and the graduate student with his first points of the game. Steal by the Crusaders, and Coleman drives the lane and is fouled. Again, going up with the left hand. Let's see who they call it on. Fouls on Jalen Bear, his first personal. 14 foul for Centenary, but at the line, shooting 2 will be Kelton Coleman, a freshman from Saginaw, Texas. And the first one is good. Coleman, a 70% free throw shooter, will try to get the back half. And this one's off the iron, but an offensive rebound as he gets the tip. Fires up a 18-footer, that's no good. Rebounded by Bear. We haven't seen Jack Boyle, the leading scorer for Dallas, after he picked up his 4th personal foul. He's been on the bench, and that was seemingly an eon ago. Foul away from the basketball, or excuse me, foul on the loose ball by Aaron Pizzana, his first personal. 7th team foul. And Tykeem Singleton will be at the line with the 1-and-1 attempt. And he knocks down the first one. Singleton misses the second one. He was only a 58% free throw shooter. And he gets 1 of 2, and it's a 65-50 lead, back to 15 points. Johnny Olmstead with the basketball, nearly threw it away. Nice defense there by Centenary's Jalen Bear. Louis Cristofano into the game, seeing his first action of the night. The 6'3", 185-pound senior out of Overland Park, Kansas. Here's Johnny Olmstead off the mark with his three-point attempt. A rebound by Bear. Gents quickly up into the front court. And now they'll reset. 2-3 zone for the Crusaders. In the corner. And this time Beverly's three-pointer is off the front iron and no good. Block, but a late whistle as it looked like Tykeem Singleton had gotten all ball on the attempt by T.J. Williams, and a little bit of a late whistle, and he's whistled for the personal foul. It's his first, 15 foul. At the line, shooting 2 will be T.J. Williams. Williams, 6'4", 185-pound junior, forward out of Forney, Texas, and gets the first one to go. Williams, just a 33% free throw shooter. He's no good on the second one. Gents there with the rebound. Singleton, he'll fire up a three from the top of the key and bury it. Tykeem Singleton. It's his first field goal of the afternoon. Fleming with a three-pointer. Offensive rebound and putback is no good. And there's Olmstead with a three-point attempt, no good. Crusaders got another second chance attempt, could not get it to go. Right under the bucket is Singleton, and he was found by Collier for the easy lay-in. 70-51. Centenary's largest lead of the ball game, 19. They all their Olmsted. That one was Zach. He's no good. Tip out, and long tip was handled by his brother Johnny, and he was fouled as he drove down to the blocks and tried to put it up and in, but was fouled by Singleton. 16 foul on Centenary, second on Singleton. And Johnny Olmsted, who is a 6'3", 175-pound sophomore out of Poolsbo, Washington, gets the first one to go. His brother Zach is a graduate student. A couple of changes for the Gents. Olmsted will try to pick up a pair with cut into the Centenary lead, and he does just that. 70-53, 17-point Centenary lead. Largest is 19. Greenleaf at the free throw line. Now will fire up the jumper. It draws the front iron and no good. Juarez there for the rebound. Olmsted dribbles down in the corner, picks up his dribble. He's in a little bit of a trouble momentarily, but escapes. Back to Olmsted in the corner, fires up the three. It's no good. A long offensive rebound for the Crusaders. Coleman tries his hand. He's no good as well. Dallas just firing up threes. Here's one from the timeline by Craig Collier, and he knocks down the three, but will pick up a technical foul for taunting after he made the three-pointer. Is going to be whistled for taunting by Wesley Jones. And so it'll be a personal foul as well. It'll be his third personal foul and the seventh team foul, and the Crusaders will shoot some free throws when we come back. 73-53, largest lead of the ball game at 20 for the Centenary College Gentlemen. Charlie Cavell back with you at the Centenary Gold Dome. It's been all Gents here this afternoon. Centenary leading by 20 points, but after a technical foul, after a made three-pointer by Craig Collier, the leading scorer, well, he's actually the second leading scorer in the game, was whistled for a technical foul. Louis Cristofano knocks down a pair of technical foul free throws, and it's now 73-55. It'll be Dallas basketball. Gents come out with a little bit of defensive pressure, but the Crusaders able to get it across midcourt in time. And here's a loose ball, battle for it. And we have whistles, and the referees converge. Good defense by Collier as he Almost picked the pocket of Johnny Olmstead, but it is a turnover by Dallas as the possession arrow points in the way of the Centenary Gents. Collier inside to Thomas, looking, now down low to Greenleaf, and he puts it off the glass and in. Greenleaf, he's got 14 in the ball game. Collier with 20 and Beverly with 21. Centenary 13 of 32 from beyond the three-point arc. Defensive pressure causes a turnover. Thomas takes it himself, and then it's stolen away by Jack Boyle, who's returned to the game. Thomas comes up a little gimpy and away from the basketball. That is going to be a charging violation on Jack Boyle, and that will be his fifth personal. He'll be done for the evening with 6:28 remaining in the game. Boyle, the Crusaders' leading scorer, has fouled out of this basketball game. The eighth team foul on the University of Dallas, leading scorer. And it'll be Centenary basketball after the offensive foul. And Boyle's evening is done. Boyle finishes with 9 points. And this shot by Bear was blocked by Leftwich. Basketball stays with Centenary. On the inbounds pass, Johnny Olmstead had a jersey full of Jacob Greenleaf and is whistled for the foul. It'll be the 9th team foul, only the first on Johnny Olmstead. Jacob Greenleaf at the line, shooting 1-1. Greenleaf is yet to attempt a free throw in this basketball game. First one's on its way, it's good. Greenleaf now with 15 in the ball game. We'll try to make it 2 for 2 from the line. Long stare at the rim. One dribble, puts it on its way. And it's good. 77-55, a 22-point Centenary lead, the biggest of the game. Again, some pressure into the front court for Centenary. May have gotten a piece of that one, did Beverly, on the Olmstead three-point attempt, which was no good. Off-balanced baseline jumper by A.J. Hall finds Nylon, and it's a 24-point Centenary lead. Out of control was Olmstead, but he is the beneficiary of a whistle and a foul. Foul called by Jacob Oxley, official. Will send Zach Olmstead to the line to shoot 1-1. The lefty puts it on its way, in and out, no good. And a rebound by Hall. Centenary, a quick three-pointer by Collier. Gents with the 24-point lead. May have thought about running some clock, decided not to. Three-pointer by Leftwich is no good and goes out of bounds in front of the Crusader bench. It'll be Centenary basketball. We have double technical fouls on A.J. Hall of Centenary and on the Dallas bench as he was getting ready to receive the basketball to inbounds it. Words were exchanged and a double technical foul was called. So the ball remains with Centenary. Thomas tried to hold his pivot foot, but was whistled for the traveling violation. 5:13 remaining in the game. Centenary in command by 24. Zach Olmstead, bounce pass over to his brother at the top of the key. The brothers exchange possession. Baseline down and to a cutting, and the ball layup is blocked, and Centenary on the run. Three-point attempt by Beverly, and he drains it. Quentin Beverly has 24 points in the ball game, the game's leading scorer. That is the sixth three-pointer for Beverly. He and Collier both have 6 threes in this game. And Centenary starting to pull away now with under 5 minutes remaining, 82-55. Some substitutions for Dallas as 4:42 remaining, getting some fresh bodies and fresh jerseys into the game to his coach Matt Gron and the Crusaders. Zach McGriff is one of those new bodies, along with Louis Cristofano. Bryant nearly fumbled it away, finds an open in the corners, a turnaround left-handed attempt, no good, and then the putback was no good by Caden DeSaro. Beverly, three-pointer, no good, but is fouled by Bryant. He'll go to the line and shoot 3. Terrence Bryant, his second personal. 10th team foul on the Crusaders, but Quentin Beverly will go to the line and shoot 3. Beverly with 24 in the ball game, the game's leading scorer. Puts it on its way, and he's got the first one. 2 more to go. 83-55 now. Second one is good as well. Beverly, 74% free throw shooter. Makes it 3 in a row, and he's got 27 in the game. Game's leading scorer. Gents have a couple of guys with 20 or more, and it's a 30-point Centenary lead. Pass almost thrown away, but handled by Bryant. Attempt was no good. Another offensive rebound for the Crusaders. Nice left-hander by Bryant after the give by McGriff. Nice pass, couldn't get it to go. Three-pointer from the deep right corner by Beverly, and he is unconscious today. That gives him 30 in the game. Inside pass, putting it on the floor, spin move in the left hand by McGriff, and he got the friendly roll and got it to fall. 88-57, approaching 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. Hall on the left wing, puts it up, too strong, but tipped around and rebounded by Centenary. Here's the lay-in by Bear, and he is fouled, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Foul was on Louis Cristofano, his first personal, and we'll have some substitutions to tell you about after this timeout. We'll take a break. Centenary 90, Dallas 57. You listen to Centenary basketball and watching it live here from the Gold Dome. SCAC basketball. After the timeout, the top storylines in this game. Quentin Beverly, 10 for 16 on field goals, 7 of 13 from the arc, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, has 30 career high for Beverly. And the other storyline is that the leading scorer for the Dallas Crusaders, Jack Boyle, fouled out of this game with about 6.5 minutes remaining. He fouled out well below his average of 17.5 with just 9 points. 91-57, our score with 2:42 remaining. Three-point attempt from the top of the key is rattled home by Caden DeSaro. 31-point Centenary lead. Gents trying to get to triple digits. We have 2:21 in which to do so. Three-point attempt is good by Gerald Mirage, and he is fouled by DeSaro. So the rarest of rare 4-point plays will try to be converted by Mirage, and he does. (95-60), 35-point Centenary lead. Nice pass inside, but unable to convert was Jackson Miles from Arlington, Texas. Three-point attempt way off the mark by Wilkerson, Christian Wilkerson, but Centenary able to retain possession. Rickelson will fire up another one, and that one's no good as well. Minute 35 remaining. Don't know if Centenary will get to the century mark, but the Gents will win this one convincingly. Bryant, after taking the pass, was fouled in the lane and will go to the line and shoot two. Foul was on Kobe Harris, his first personal. Free throw by Bryant is good. Gives him 5 in the game. Make that 6. Zach McGriff will check in, and Bryant will head to the bench. Under a minute and a half remaining, Centenary with a commanding 95-62 lead. Mop-up duty for some of the younger players here. Wilkerson down in the corner, where sporting those purple shoes, turns it over. A scoop shot is blocked. Cristofano tried to go with the scoop shot, and then Centenary tries one of their own, and that one's off. Does not draw iron. Rebound by McGriff. Under a minute remaining. Three-pointer from the top of the key, too strong. Good offensive rebound. Falling down was Kennedy. And able to convert on the jumper was Jackson Miles. Three-point attempt way off the back of the iron by Kobe Harris. And driving the lane, nothing there. Here's a layup on the outlet pass after the long rebound by Mirage. And with under 10 seconds, Centenary will win this one convincingly. 97-64, McGriff throws up a prayer. Or check that was Cristofano with an air ball. And with 2 seconds, the Gents will just need to inbound it. They do, and they will take this one 97-64. Centenary wins it by 33 points and snaps their 3-game losing skid. And more importantly, the Gents will improve to 10-9 overall and 5-5 in conference play. The loss drops Dallas to 7-11 overall and 4-6 in conference play. Well, we'll take a little bit of a break and we'll come back just a bit with the nightcap, the second half of this twin bill, as the Centenary ladies will take the floor against the University of Dallas Crusaders women's team. So we had women's basketball to complete this twin bill here from the Gold Dome.